Hey guys, so I am going to paint these three little canvases and they're going to all consist of wine glasses. I have an upcoming show that is in a city where there's a lot of wineries, and so I'm going to create those three little canvases to put into these frames right here that were given to me, and they're vintage and I thought they would look so cool, and so we'll see how it goes. So let's have some fun. Okay, so I'm just going to roughly draw them out. And that's just in case I need to see where I'm going to be applying some color. And that bottle looks like it's going to pour right in there, and this is a glass. And I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to apply some dark colors. And they're going to get all covered up, so no big deal. I'm going to do this one a little higher. And just roughly eyeballing. Yeah, a little higher. No biggie. See, and that's what that helped me for. There's another bottle here that I didn't see. And then there's wine pouring down. Ooh, I got a hair on here. That's why I like keeping my plastic on my table, because I can just make a mess out of everything. Okay, now that's got yellow in my black. Yellow and black will make green, and I don't want green. So I'll just kind of work around it. And I'm not concerned about going out of line. There's a little bit of magenta here, or maybe red. It looks like there's some candles back there. Okay, so I'm gonna try that real quick. A little wet right there. If I want to lighten something up against dark, all I have to do is apply a little bit of white, and it'll brighten it back up. I am going to be a little more accurate. Oh, I got this one wet. Okay, so that is a different kind of green. So I am going to make that green with Hooker's green and a little bit of red. I'll check on accuracy in a bit. I'm not worried about it right now. See how it turns darker right there? So if I want that lighter green, all I have to do is add some white. Which is okay, because at this point I'm just having fun. Okay, so now I'm just going to lightly draw out a little bit of the wine glass. I'll move these over because I want to rest my hand on there. And I'm using the side of the brush. And that's this right here. Not needing to go accurate. At least not at this point. I'm working myself up to start creating the details. Okay, so there's that. And now I'm going to do this one. This goes all the way up there, but it's not the exact dimension, guys, so. And it looks like the circle is about probably right there. This is almost touching the wine glass. There's this one. And if you notice, this is light, so I am going to put some white in here. So so I can get it ready and it can be dried up for when I come in with my light colors. Looks like there. And it looks like right here. And I'm also going to do for the yellow, because yellow will not pop against this dark color. And I'll do all those light colors. The reflections on the bottle. Now I am going to get a smaller brush. I have to be pulling out my paints as I need them. I can't have too many on the palette. Otherwise, they will dry on me. This is kind of reddish back here. See, this is why I'm not concerned, because I can come in and I can start working with this. And start forming it. I'll probably have to modify this a little bit, which is okay. And add a little bit of white up here. And right here. Looks like that's the bottle right there. So. And you'll have to do the same with a red. If you have red against black, it won't pop. So I'm going to make these two right here a little lighter for that red. And I'm going to use that pinkish color to let me know that's where my red's going to go. Okay, so now I could do a little bit of ochre here. It's not dry yet. So I'll move on to a different area. About here. I could do this. I can even go past the bottle and come back and alter it. And I'm gonna add a little bit of this ochre here. Which is this one here that I'm working on. I'm probably gonna put gold leaf on these. Checking to see if that's dry. It's not. I really, really love this yellow. It's yellow deep. Master's Touch. This is white, that little square. That's okay. A little color makes it more dramatic. I think I'm going to create texture on here. And so it could be a little bumpy for when I apply gold leaf. I think. I don't know. We'll see. You're always testing out things, experimenting. I think this is going to look nice when I apply a dark color on top. And you'll see when I do that. Oh, the glass doesn't go that high. Glass is going to go down here. Start making the little body. That's okay. Actually, yeah. Let's go ahead. Now let's go right over this burgundy. Your glass is dark. And I'm just gonna do the stem. Again, bring it out. Just gonna put a little bit of red throughout here. Notice that I just dab paint. This is a little interesting. There's a big circle here, so I'm gonna call this is my big circle. So I'm gonna make that larger. And I'm going to use some of that green with some red. That Hooker's green. So let's just kind of make the circle like this. Just go right over it. Just add more here. And this circle hits the glass. But remember, we're not being precise on the dimension here, so I do have to be careful because then we're going to, if that's going to be the case, I think that this bottle is probably turned a little wrong, but that's okay. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Because remember, we said we were going to draw them out after. And that's exactly what we're doing. So I'm going to say it's about right here. And then I can put a little bit of this that's back there behind the glass. If you put other colors on top of other colors, it's actually cool because you start making your painting beautiful. I'm going to get some more red. I love this cadmium red too. That's another really pretty one, guys. here's my red. Look, you can even do all this. We're neglecting this one over here, so let me put these to a side while those dry. And I'm just going to get some black and just go right over everything. Thick here on the sides. Look how cool. Then you can get a Q-tip too, or you can get a brush. I don't have a Q-tip in front of me, so I'm going to get this brush. And I'm going to remove that yellow that was on the bottom layer. And this is called subtractive painting. I love this. Now it looks like we have a little bit of that green up here. Now put some on the glass. Because remember, the glasses are transparent, so it's got to show the background. And it's all layers on top of layers. It's basically what we do with art. So far, we're looking pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to go over here. Okay. I'm just going to go through everything with that that yellow ochre. I'm going to add a little bit of black to that. Now I'm going to get very intentional here. Okay. A little bit of green in here. These glasses are so cool because you can see so many different colors in here. And I want a little bit of this bright green so I can kind of bring out some bright green. Look at this. And you don't have to be exact, guys, because this is your painting. Look, you can even incorporate that color that you have in your hand. Even though it's not on here, you can apply it somewhere else. And when you apply different colors in different areas and just incorporate that color, it looks awesome because it all combines very nicely. Okay, I'm going to brighten up this little corner right there with a little bit of white. I'm going to squeeze out some white. You can spray your paints with water, your acrylic paints. Let's see here. Okay, let's make sure this is nice and clean. I'm going to do this edge. I already like this. Okay, now I'm going to clean off my brush. it into my white. And I want to create some of that light reflection there. So, and then this one is going to stay. I'll brighten that up. I'm going to brighten this up a little. I'm going to add a different red just to get that bright. And at this point now, I'm just going to do what I want. I think I've got it close enough. I don't want white. If anything, a bright red. Part of the inside of the cap is dark. So I am going to create my dark, and then it's got wine pouring down in here. And then here is a little dark. Now I am gonna get a little bit of my black and kind of blend it together. Now I am going to get a green, and okay, it needs a light color, so I'm going to mix it with my pretty light olive green color. Don't know what this is, so that is another reason, because all this is abstract and someone else created it. So it's not like you're trying to create the exact same thing that they created, because you are not that artist. You're just trying to use that source as an inspiration. This one, for some reason, is getting neglected. I'm going to let that kind of dry a bit. There's like a thick amount of paint right there. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And I'm going to come and work over here. Try to get some color here. Oh, and I like this. This is pretty. I'm going to cover the whole thing because this needs layers down here. Okay, so I'm going to try to work with this. Looks like it's going at this angle. The bottom. And round this off a little bit. That's not very noticeable, so this is gold. I don't even need to use my gold right now because it'll be a waste. And it's best for you to just leave it towards the end. It's a gold metallic. But it's okay. You turn your brush around so you won't be creating the same kind of brush stroke. I'm going to use pink. So this is red and white, that cadmium red. This bottle is semi-transparent. I didn't pull out enough black. I'm gonna spray my paint with water. I have a sprayer here with me that I keep. Oops, it is not. Uh-oh, I might have messed up. It's Solumil. Look. That is a household product that I use to clean off my plastic. Okay, so let's see what it does to the paint. So I'm gonna do these little candle lights. Oh, I like that little bit of texture that I created with the orange. So I'm going to put another coat right here, and when that dries, I'm going to come back in. If those don't stay, which it looks like they're going to stay, I'll come back and recreate them. This is kind of cool. It looks like it has a little bit of blue. Interesting. Looks pretty. Looks like a turquoise. So I'm going to use a little bit of primary blue. with some of that light olive green. That should give me kind of like a turquoise. And it looks like it was right here. I like that. Maybe I'll incorporate it here and there. See what layers do? Layers start to build your art. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry. And I think that I should be able to finish this one off on this sitting here. I'm just adding this red. It's not on here. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit of black and blend on the canvas. And you could blend on the canvas, guys. So this bottle goes in this direction, that direction. For my circle, now this circle has to be good now. Okay, now I'm going to get some of that olive light green or light olive green. I'm going to use a little bit of my red. This is not the cadmium red. This is, I'll tell you here in a minute. This is cadmium red hue, and this is cadmium red deep. Liquitex, yeah, both Liquitex. Now let's make it look like they're drips. If you cover up a highlight, it's no big deal. Just come back and do it again. I'm going to add some red to this glass because color reflects on glass. I'm going to add this a little bit lighter. And I'm going to try to make my bottle kind of roundish. I don't want to give a sharp edge. I'll work on that slowly. Look at that. Okay, here in a little bit, I am going to have to, not too bad, I am going to have to clean off my palette. You have to clean off your palette periodically because it will, your paint will start to dry. Okay, and I want to put some purple on here. Look at that purple. Oh my goodness. That is that purple I used earlier. That is this violet, is it? No, it is this one. Yeah, it's this one. Violet Prism. Ooh, purple against gold. Look at that. I'm going to put yellow in here too. I'm going to try to use that paint that I have in my palette. But I'll just wipe it off. See, I totally love that. Look, you can do this and then you can wipe it off. Ooh, dramatic. Okay, I'm going to come back to this right here because I saw this that I think I liked. If you tap your brush and you try not to be so deliberate, sometimes you can make some really cool marks. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry for a bit. And I'm gonna add some of this red on here. Doesn't have red, but that's okay because it's your painting. When you're not deliberate is when you create some really cool textures. Start it off like this so you won't get confused. And then these right there. Okay. So I'm going to take a little break. And there it is, guys, all finished up. You can create this too. It's so crazy easy. You saw the process. Just don't set your mind to perfection from the beginning. Then you can add a little sparkle, like I did up on top of the glass by the bottle. And you can create some gold leaf texture on there. I sprinkled a little bit of some metallic dust on the bottle, kind of periodically here and there. And there they are in their frames. Look how beautiful. So romantic. Let's see how it goes. Okay, stay tuned for the next one, guys.